Daily Heavenly Manna, October 16th. The chosen text from Psalms 107 verses 29. He maketh the storm a calm. Explanation. We of today represent the Lord's cause in the midst of the raging elements of human passions, oppositions, etc. And our hearts would be at times dismayed except as faith is able to see the Lord with us in the ship and able to grasp the thought of His mighty power in His own time and way to speak peace to the world. It must not surprise us, however, if a dark hour is before us, if the time shall come when the stormy winds will be so fierce that many will cry out in fear and trembling. Let us learn well the precious experiences of the present time, so that then our faith shall not fail us, so that in the darkest hour we shall be able to sing and to rejoice in Him who loved us and brought us with His own precious blood, and to sing the song of Moses and the Lamb. Reprint number 3325. Amen.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into a really powerful image from Psalm 107.29. You know, the one, He maketh the storm a calm.
Right. And we're using a devotional entry based on that verse to kind of, find a shortcut through chaos, you could say.
Exactly. It's got some really practical stuff about staying grounded, keeping that conviction, even when everything around you just feels like static, emotional noise.
Yeah. And our goal here is really to pull out the tools. The source material talks about dealing with opposition, societal pressure, that feeling of being overloaded. Mm-hmm. And it asks basically, what do we need? How do we prepare when what it calls the raging elements of human passions are just deafening?
Okay, so let's start where the source starts. It kind of acknowledges right off the bat that if you stand for something, a cause or a belief, your heart's going to feel dismayed sometimes by all the chaos. It doesn't pretend the struggle isn't real.
Which is good, right? It validates that feeling, that exhaustion. But then it immediately gives the counter. The antidote, it says, is vision.
Vision.
Faith, in this context, is like the tool that helps you see the Lord with us in the ship, even while that storm is absolutely raging outside.
Okay, but wait. If the storm is raging and they say just see the Lord in the ship, isn't that just, wishful thinking, like spiritual denial? Where's the practical step?
That's a fair question, but it's framed less as denial and more as perspective or maybe emotional distancing. The source doesn't define faith as like a magic wand to stop the waves right now.
Right.
Instead, it's the perspective you need to grasp the thought of His mighty power in His own time and way to speak peace. So the confidence isn't about fixing this moment. It's about trusting the final outcome. It shifts your focus,
right,
from the spray hitting your face to the harbor you're ultimately heading for.
Okay, that clicks. Confidence rooted in the final resolution. But the source does pivot pretty sharply there, doesn't it?
It really does.
After talking about ultimate power, we get this really serious warning, a call to prepare that seems, bigger than just managing today's stress.
Yeah, it definitely raises the stakes. It says, and this is a direct quote, "It must not surprise us, however, if a dark hour is before us."
A dark hour.
And it's not just, tougher times. It describes stormy winds so intense that many will cry out in fear and trembling. It's like saying, if you're handling the turbulence now, that's just practice. Practice for something much, much bigger down the road.
Wow. Okay, so if the future challenge is that much worse, how do we possibly prepare for it now?
Yeah.
And this, I think, gets to the core action item.
It does.
And it's actually beautifully simple. It says we have to learn well the precious experiences of the present time.
Precious experiences.
Yeah, so if you boil that down, the stress you're feeling now, the opposition, the pressure, the chaos, it's not just pain you have to get through. It's actually essential training.
Exactly. That's the resilience payoff right there. The difficulty you face today is the curriculum. It's what makes sure your perspective, your faith, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
that it shall not fail us when those fiercest storms really hit. Every frustration now, every challenge is building the mental, the emotional infrastructure you need to stand firm when things get truly hostile.
Like learning to stand still when everything else is shaking.
That's a great way to put it. Yes.
And what's the ultimate promise then?
Yeah.
For those who go through that learning, who build that resilience and face that darkest hour, what's the goal?
The source points to this profound sense of, well, victory expressed through joy, through song, actually. It says that in that darkest moment, those who've learned their lessons well should be able to sing and to rejoice in him. And it specifically mentions being able to sing the song of Moses and the Lamb. Now, that's not just a random biblical quote. It's loaded. It symbolizes, ultimate triumph after impossible odds, deliverance after huge struggle.
Wow. Okay. So, wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening in? This deep dive seems to be saying that the opposition, the pressure you feel right now, it's not the roadblock, it's actually the foundation. We're supposed to use these present struggles to build the resilience we'll need for potentially much tougher times ahead.
Turn difficulty into education. That's the core of it. So if these current difficulties really are our precious experiences, maybe here's the thought to take away.
Okay.
What specific small challenge today, maybe it's a frustrating email, maybe some unexpected pushback, maybe just a nagging personal doubt. What challenge are you learning well right now? What essential skill is it forging in you beyond just the temporary discomfort?
Something to really think about. Not just the pain, but the preparation.
Exactly. What are you building right now?